Warning: the following show features stunts performed by professionals or under the supervision of professionals. Accordingly, Outlaw and the producers must insist that no one attempt to recreate or reenact any stunt or activity performed on the show. What's up, cats and chicks? Outlaw Greaser here, and today we're talking about music. I've had a lot of DMs from newer cats coming into the subculture, coming into the community, and they're asking what kind of music to listen to. And I feel this is a very important topic because we don't want new people coming into the community bringing in new music. It's where you learn the style, it's where you learn the slang. You can learn a lot. So I've made some preview clips here of 3 genres specifically that are the main genres that greasers would listen to: doo-wop, rock and roll, and rockabilly. And so I'm going to go through each one of them here with y'all, give y'all a little introduction to each one, and just let y'all know what greasers listen to. Doo-wop's the kind of music you go riding around with your girl listening to. You know, you play when the chicks are around because it gets them all in their lovey-dovey feel, and you might get lucky and get to take them for a little backseat bingo.
Wow. Each time we have a quarrel, it almost breaks my heart, 'cause I'm so afraid that we will have to part. Each night I ask the stars up above, why must I be a teenager in love?
Bomb, 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 dang, 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 ding, a dong, ding, blue moon, 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 blue moon, dip, 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 moon, 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 blue moon, dip, 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 moon, 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 blue moon, dip, 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 bomb, 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 dang, 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 ding, a dong, ding, blue moon, 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 you saw me standing alone without a dream in my heart. Dang, 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 ding, a dong, ding, blue moon. You knew just what I was there for. You heard me saying a prayer for someone I really care for.
I wanna someday kind of love to start on Saturday night. I want to know it's more than love at first sight. I want a Sunday kind of love. Sunday kind of love. I wanna know that on the square.
Sing with the strings of my heart.
Sing like a breath of spring. I heard a robin sing. Oh, now the nest is apart. Oh, nature seems to be in the perfect harmony. Sing with the strings of my heart. Stay beside me, here beside me. Stay beside me day after day. When I'm feeling blue, let me look at you. Oh, my darling, please won't you say?
Little moment of silence for Ritchie Valens. That cat left us at 17 years old. He died with Buddy Holly and the Big Bopper on that plane crash. On to rock and roll. Ritchie Valens did rock and roll as well, so don't think that he was a doo-wop artist by any means. There's lots of doo-wop songs by different artists, like even Johnny Burnett, a rockabilly artist, he has some doo-wop. They all did this type of music is what I'm getting at. This was the style back then for greasers. rock and roll was not near as heavy, hardcore, or underground as rockabilly was, nor as cool, or hip as we would call it, because it was more mainstream. It was what the parents pretty much agreed that it was okay for their kids to listen to, because the other stuff was too raw. I'll give you a little taste of that, and here you'll see what I mean. It's not, when it gets to rockabilly, you'll think rock and roll. When you hear this stuff, you're not going to really think rock and roll. Some of it you will, but not most of it. They tried to kill rock and roll, the real rock and roll, like Chuck Berry, Jerry Lee Lewis, Eddie Cochran. When those cats were starting out, Little Richard, when they were starting out, the parents hated it because they thought it was the devil's music and it was going to poison the minds of their children. So they came out with stuff like Bobby Vinton and Bobby V and all the different Bobbies. And some of the other guys like Bobby Rydell, they were all coming out doing like softer versions, more mainstream rock and roll. And there's a lot of that, like Fabian. So, I mean, some of it sounds good, but most of it is shit. Absolute shit. Most of it is just trying to tone down rock and roll and trying to make it a more gentle version that the parents deemed appropriate for their children. You know, rock and roll consists of people like Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, Ritchie Valens, of course, those three. Danny and the Juniors, you know, they had stuff like that. That was considered rock and roll, but that was like a mainstream version of rock and roll. Fabian's a mainstream version of rock and roll. I mentioned Eddie Cochran earlier. He's real rock and roll. Ricky Nelson, mainstream. So you got this back and forth. You don't know which one's which, but it's all cool, man. Just whatever you like's whatever you like. So there's a little bit of both of those types of music in here. So just let me know what you think and enjoy.
The moon is bright above. Oh, what a night for love. And as I hold you near, I whisper in your ear. I go ape every time I see you smile. I'm a ding-dong gorilla and I carry your caveman style. He's the toughest man there is alive, wearing clothes from a wildcat's hide. He's the king of the jungle jive. Look at that caveman go. He rides through the jungle tearing limbs off of trees, knocking great big monsters dead on their knees.
She made Grandpa feel like 21.
Can't help it, the girl can't help it.
The girl can't help it, she was born to please.
Can't help it, the girl can't help it.
And if I go to her on bending knees,
Can't help it, the girl can't help it.
oh, won't you kindly be aware that I can't help it?
I can't help it.
Because I'm hoping, obviously, that someday the answer would be the girl can't help it, and she's in love with me.
Can't help it, the girl can't help it.
I see you smile, nearly drives me up. I wanna growl. Wow, you keep my heart jumping like a candy, floating like an onion in a bowl of stew. Baby, every time you come, I run like an antelope to get to you. I'm your tiger and you're my mate. Hurry up, buttercup, and don't be late. I might get mad if I have to wait. Come right now, 'cause I'm on the ground like a tiger.
Now I love this girl, I said Ruby is her name. Believe me now, when this girl looks at me, she just sets my soul aflame. Don't you know, whoa, I got some hugs and kisses too, yeah. Now I'm gonna give them all to you. Now listen now, Ruby, Ruby, when will you be mine? I'm gonna get you sometime, Ruby. Hey, 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 get that, hey, hey, do that, hey, hey.
I didn't really put the shifty artist in there. I put what we would really consider rock and roll, you know, because we put all the hep cats in the rockabilly genre and leave the squares in the rock and roll genre. So I kind of made it the mainstream version of rock and roll for y'all. Alright, so now we're on to rockabilly, the best of the best. This is what influences the greaser style more than any of the other ones. And this is what cats mostly listen to, is rockabilly. And psychobilly, because now there's, well, in the 70s and 80s, there became a rockabilly revival, and the Stray Cats came out, and all kind of different bands came out and just kind of did their version of rockabilly, but it's not the original stuff. So this is the original old school rockabilly that really influenced the cats, you know, influenced cat talk, cat behavior, all of it. You know, the switchblades, the slicking the hair, the leather jackets. This is where that came from. So, hope y'all enjoy.
Some call me baby, some call me dad. You can call me honey, I won't get mad. Any name that you call me, I'll wear like a glove. Just so you call me when you need some love. I'll be sitting behind the telephone, waiting for your call. Now day or night, that's alright, just any time you call. Would you let me hold you near? Would you let me call you dear? Let me whisper in your ear. Oh honey baby, would you? You sure look neat and you sure are sweet. Let me tell you how I feel. I like your walk and I love your talk. I can't believe that you're real.
Oh baby, shake around the little baby. You sort of move around the little baby. Then you get low down the little baby. You sort of slow it down the little baby. Well, when that record starts moving, let your body start moving. Shake around, yeah, round.
Well, she's not short, brother, she's not tall. 'Cause man, she's just about right. Well, she's my rock boppin' baby, and I don't mean maybe she'll do it over right tonight. Well, my rock boppin' baby, I ought to see you shake it. Well, my rock boppin' baby's got great. Well, you ought to see her run, she don't move from her spot, but she bops all over the place.
Well, little alligator sniveling up great about my blue suede shoe. Baby, I love my alligator sniveling up great about my blue suede shoe. Yeah, I got a thing for a girl, I just can't lose. I'll lift myself up and ride in style tonight. I'll dress myself up and ride in style tonight. Lord, Miss Claudia, give me some love while the moon is shining bright. Well, we're gonna rock and roll tonight. We're gonna rock and roll tonight. We're gonna roll. We're gonna rock and roll in my Fairlane tonight.
Well, cats, that's it. That's a good rundown of greaser music as a whole. Doo-wop, rock and roll, and rockabilly. Again, we'll come back and cover some other topics later on. But that's what you young cats need to be listening to and getting familiar with. I left the artist and the song title in the description, and also on the previews as we go through the video. So y'all can not only just listen to those songs, but look up those artists and listen to other songs by them from that time period. 1954 to 1960 really was the biggest years for the greasers. So check all that out. That's the stuff that's going to inspire you to keep doing what you're doing. That's the stuff that's going to give you the feeling. That's the stuff that's going to move you to stay greasy. That's the stuff that's going to move you to GTFO. That's the stuff that's going to make you want to get it out more and show it to the world. So go check all that music out. Go wild, man. That's what I did when I found out Earth Angel, when I heard Teenager in Love for the first time. I just had to find more, so I'd look up the artists and find more of their songs. So you younger cats, go do that. Go check out these artists that I added in this video and find you some more hep cats. Like I said, I'll cover more music and future videos. But for now, that's it. So I hope y'all enjoy. Don't forget to stay greasy, keep it rockabilly, and GTFO.